Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Robb here for Southwest Florida Television. Beautiful out here this morning. A little breeze coming up from the south. 74 degrees right now here at Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park in beautiful North Naples, Florida. It was very foggy this morning. Big patches of fog, especially out in eastern Collier County. But it appears that things are starting to clear up. Shaping up to be a nice day. Maybe some rain this evening. Some spotty showers this evening. No snow in the forecast for Southwest Florida. We're looking good when it comes to snow. Unlike some of our other friends experiencing that abnormal chilly weather and snow. Texas, my goodness. Jan, I know you're a bit on the cold side there. Tennessee. Here comes Miss Elsie. Good morning. They open the gates just a few minutes early. I mean, I come in when they open the gate.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was actually, the gates were open when we got here.
Yeah. Someday you just never know.
You never know. You just never know when they're going to open the front gate here. Sometimes they're in a good mood and they get an early start and they open the gates a few minutes early, 10, 15 minutes early. Other times they're a few minutes late. So I never know when I'm going to get in here and get started. All I can say is it's generally around 8 a.m. when I start my live feeds. Well, yesterday, it was very, very windy here, very windy and rough. Windy and rough. Fortunately, I'm not smelling anything like the red tide out here. Not smelling any red tide. Haven't seen any dead fish on the beach, so that's a good thing. Good morning. So the red tide did not blow in onto shore. There are some little shells spread out here and there along the beach. Haven't seen anything yet. The tide is still going out. Haven't seen anything that I wanted to pick up. The tide is still on its way out. Low tide is at 9:30 this morning. So we got a little ways to go before low tide. Much calmer out here than yesterday. Still some little waves breaking over the sandbar, but nothing much. Nothing like yesterday. The kids were having a blast at the beach yesterday on their little boogie boards. Riding the waves. Looking forward to visiting with Barbara Grove later this morning. She's coming out here with a part of her shell collection. She said she's bringing the big boys and girls out to the beach today. So that'll be fun to see those. Hopefully I will get to her today before she packs up her collection. Last Friday, I got to her too late. I just wind up hanging out up at Wiggins Pass too long in the morning. I love it up there. We're headed up that direction now, walking to the north. But it is a glorious, glorious Monday morning. Happy Monday, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that share button. Look at that sky. Still got some clouds out to the east. Some very low clouds. A little hazy along the coastline. You can see looking down to the south. Bit of a haze down there. But overall, absolutely gorgeous. The water doesn't look bad. It's pretty. It's not clear by any means. The water's cloudy from all the wave action yesterday. It takes a couple days for it to settle down. Just head up to the pass and see if there's any little collectibles up there, any little shells. Today my mission is to get with Barb. That is my goal, to make sure I get with her today. And then I will share that video later. Barbara Grove, a very interesting lady. She is involved with a big, well actually she set it up, a big not-for-profit charity for the ladies in Haiti. I'll give her a chance to talk about that this morning too, when I'm visiting with her. She's just an all-around wonderful person who loves seashells and has traveled the world collecting seashells. I'm guessing the shells we're going to see today are from all around the world. I'm going to give you a little peek at a couple of them. She's getting set up here now. I think she's getting set up. I see her umbrella and chair and things here. Oh, she's over chatting with Roy. She's over. Oh, she's already showing. She's setting her table up. Oh, she's just beyond Roy there. We try to, even though she'd love to sit right next to Roy, we try to keep a little separation there so we don't get a crowd of people around Roy. He generates his own little crowd. The captain. All right. How are you doing? Okay. The captain. Barbara, over here in the shade. Over here in the shade with getting her big boys and girls set. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm teasing them right now. I'm just giving them a little tease of what we're gonna talk about later. Holy smoke-a-rollies. Those aren't real. Those are paper mache. Those are made out of paper mache. Look at those monsters. Oh, wow. Holy. Even the baby big ones. Look at that. Oh, wow. Nice. I know I have found several of these out in the water. These big horse conchs, but they're all alive. The ones.
And what did you do?
Well, I cooked them up. I put them back in the water, of course, for somebody else to enjoy.
I tell you about this one. That's gigantic.
That is a big horse conch.
And I got this in Minnesota.
In Minnesota. Wait a minute. There's no oceans by Minnesota.
I go to garage sales and people come down here and buy
Wow.
these and buy
A garage sale in Minnesota.
and for a whole $1.
$1. They probably paid $20 or something for it at least, huh?
Well,
What do you think?
Right now, if you were to buy one down in Naples, it would be $100.
$100 for a shell that size?
Yeah.
You know, someday I want to go down there to that Kelly's
Yes.
and just walk around. I mean, it'd be fun looking at.
Take me with
You want to go?
I would love
Okay.
to go.
Okay, we'll do it before you leave. We'll go down to Kelly's one day during the week.
Anytime.
Okay. I know you got a very busy schedule here. I know you were wishing you were up in Minnesota right now.
I'm at work.
Yeah.
Don't bother me.
All right. I can't wait to hear about all these, the big boys and girls. All right. Bye-bye. The big boys and girls. $100. Man, I didn't think shells were that expensive. I got to start going through my shells now. I think we should do that. We'll go down to Kelly's. There's a great little, there's actually 2 shell stores here. There's one up in Bonita Springs that I know of. There's one down in Naples, down on 41, down by Tin City. Go and just check out all the shells they have. I mean, they have some local shells, but of course they have shells from all around the world there as well. Oh, here's I don't know what these little guys are, but there's a live one here. I forget what these little shells are down here, but there's a live one. It was just opened up on the beach. I don't know what kind of little clam that is. I assume it's a clam. Huh. But there's a live one. I'm going to set it back in the water. Little moon shell looking up at me as I notice its little eye staring up at me on the beach there. It's got a big chip out of it. It's just sitting on the beach like that looking up at me. I think I see another one, a smaller one. Yeah, there's a smaller one. It's not in bad shape there. A little bit smaller than the first one. Cool. There's a couple little shells down here. I thought I saw a little, I lost sight of it. There was a little tiny fighting conch shell, just a little teeny one down here. Not that they're uncommon. There's a little tiny fighting conch. So be sure to check back later. I'm going to share a video with Barbara. We're going to look at all those big boys. All the big boys. Check back. Get on YouTube. The quality is going to be a lot better on YouTube. This guy's alive. This little fighting conch's alive. That's a live little fighting conch right there. Seen a lot of little ones, little empty shells. Ow. He's a feisty little guy. He just came out and gave me a little poke. He just came out and gave me a little poke. Look at him. He's upside down. He's trying to flip over. See him there? Watch this. He'll flip over when we set him on the beach. Whoop. Flips himself right over. That's cool. He's a feisty little rascal. See if he comes out again. The little fighting conch. There he goes. Cool. Good morning, Mr. Conch. An old moon shell. This guy's seen better days here. I love those moon shells, as most of you know. We're up at the south end of Area 5 right now. A lot of little shells washed up here this morning. Got to take a look out at the water, check for our dolphin buddies. I don't want to miss them if they come by. Good morning. Hey, if you're liking what you're seeing, if you enjoy our time together in the morning, hit that share button. Remember, as fun as this is one of my jobs. Nobody pays me to do this. I depend on your generosity. I do put a lot of time into these beach walks. It's not just the walking on the beach part. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes on. I pretty much work at it full time here, keeping this page going. So if you enjoy what you see, please consider maybe sending a little thank you, a little gratuity, a tip. You can find a link to my PayPal account in the description of this post. Maybe think about becoming a regular monthly supporter of Southwest Florida Television. $4.99 a month. Less than a cup of high-priced coffee. Unless you go to Burger King and get your free senior cup. Oh, but I do appreciate your support. Two things that allow me to come out here and do this in the morning. It's your support, your financial support, and your friendship. Gotta have the friends. Got lots of wonderful friends here. Lots of awesome people following along. Oh, did you see that story on TV, on the news last night? You missed that. Some kid found that big giant shark's tooth I put in the water for you about 5 minutes before you got there. He was one happy kid. Yeah. It was so big it was sticking up out of the water. Oh, Barbara's down there with her shells. She's got some big monsters out there today. She's got some big shells. Big shells? Yeah. You need to give her a big shark's tooth. She doesn't. She's got little ones. I don't think she has any big ones in her collection. Ask her. I know, it's hard. It's hard.
You don't get many of those.
No, I'm not talking about a huge one. I'm not talking about those $1 million ones.
Yeah.
But or you can loan them to her till she leaves. She'll give them back to you. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let her have. Yeah, she won't. Yeah. Of course, I loaned her in a big angel wing, and she's still borrowing it from a couple years ago. Yeah, I don't care.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. Have a good one.
You too, bud.
Going out on the boat soon? Thursday?
I don't know if we are because the seas are supposed to be pretty windy.
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting some rain at night here coming up. And
The wind's going to pick up on...
holy cow,
The wind's going to kill us.
it was windy yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
Man, was it windy. I couldn't believe I was watching some guys in little boats going out the pass. Stupid. And then they realized, they were making a mistake and then turned around. It's like, woohoo.
The thing is that if you get out of the pass right here,
Yeah.
you can see it's a little choppy, but not too bad.
Yesterday, that guy, they were bouncing.
Yeah, it gets wind.
I thought one of them was going to roll over. Good old Mike and his wife Maria, they look for shark's teeth here. That is their big thing. They'll pick up some nice shells now and then, but they're really focused on the shark's teeth. They're out here. They're on this beach, shark's teeth. I can't see them. I don't know what it is. I can find the tiniest of the shells. They just jump right out at me. But when it comes to shark's teeth, I got blinders on. I've literally stood on top of them talking to Mike. It's one of those things. Once you find a few, I think you get a better eye for them. It's like, I see these moon shells everywhere. It's my favorite shell. I spot them everywhere, even little pieces of them. They just stick out like a sore thumb to me on the beach. Hey, if you're just tuning in, thanks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. There's a whole nother reason to these beach walks than just sharing the beach with you and sharing my morning experience here. The whole idea is just to bring folks together in the morning. That is the real reason for these beach walks. That's my motto, bringing people together one beach walk at a time. The beach is just our background, nice peaceful environment to get people together, give you a place to go and socialize in the morning. Definitely want to put the social in social media here. Got a wonderful beach family. All of our friends here. We are the Southwest Florida Television Beach family. And we invite you to join our family. Please do not hesitate to get involved in a chat here in the comments. We just stay away from politics. Don't want to hear about politics. Don't ever want to hear about politics. Heard enough about them to last a lifetime. You can always find replays of these live feeds, replays on YouTube. Lots of times on Instagram. Good morning. Lots of times you'll find my videos on Instagram. As long as I can save them in the morning and download them to my phone, I'll get them posted on Instagram as well. Southwest Florida Television on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Not that Twitter's a twit right now. Really no action on Twitter. I do post links on Twitter and photos, but Twitter's a joke. Everybody's looking. Everybody's on the hunt, looking for my shells. I left plenty down there. I didn't take them all. Good morning. Good morning. This is like our little country club out here in the morning. We see a lot of the same folks here morning after morning, especially this time of year. Hey, good morning. How you doing today? Hey, thank you.
Hey,
That was awesome. I didn't, when I unfolded it, I'm like, holy cow. Thank you. You too. There she goes. Did you see those shells of barbs? Oh my, she's got some monsters out there today. Roy could hide inside some of them. Well, a little more wave action up here this morning. We always see it's always rougher as we get up to the north end of the park, closer to the pass. There's some good sized waves breaking right out in here on the other side of the sandbar. I don't know if you can see that little white marker out there, that little buoy. To the right, to my right of that, is the fishing only area of the park, all the way up to the end, to the pass. Fishing only from that buoy on, swimming only to the left. There are signs in the park telling you where you can swim and where you can't swim, but a lot of people don't read signs. Signs, signs, everywhere I go. You know that song. So as I said earlier, the tide is still going out here. Still going out. 9:30 is low tide. My favorite part of the park here. I just love it up here by these dead trees. On occasion we see some beautiful shorebirds taking advantage of these trees, perched on these dead trees. People hanging their shells, saying their prayers, hanging shells in memory of some of their loved ones that have passed away, friends, family, pets. Please don't be taking the shells off of these trees. Sometimes people hang some absolutely beautiful shells, and I notice that they're gone within a day. People just take them off the tree. Very disrespectful. That's not what they're here for. They don't grow on this tree. These aren't shell trees. I call them shell trees, but this is not the fruit of a shell tree for the picking. Loving that blue sky. Loving that blue sky. It's going to be a warm one here today. 84 here in North Naples, in Naples Park. Well, there's been a multitude of people walking the beach already here this morning with their bags and scoopers and buckets. No, I had a feeling that was going to be a live fighting conch right there when I picked it up, but nope, it's an empty shell. I thought there was going to be somebody at home. I thought there was going to be a feisty little fighting conch in there, like that little one we saw earlier this morning. A lot of rocks on the beach here. See, and there's all these little black pebbles and everything. A lot of them. If you look, they're like triangular shape when you're looking down at first glance, you know. Looks like a shark's tooth. So you got to have a keen eye and know what you're looking for when you're looking for those shark's teeth. See, that's like one of those little stones that throws you off. And they're all over the place. All over the place. I think we're going to have 2 lines of shells on the beach this morning. One up kind of high on the beach up here, and then one a little lower when the tide goes out. Not seeing a whole lot mixed in here. Not seeing a whole lot. Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How you doing?
Good, good, good. How could you be doing anything but great out here on a morning like this? Look at that. Wow. Some new erosion up here. All those waves yesterday. Waves, high tide. They came up here and chipped away at our beach. So yesterday, I was chatting online with a friend of mine that is a volunteer at the Conservancy. He also has a Facebook page, Native Bird Boxes. TJ, you might see him on Facebook. Always sharing some fun stuff. But he was asking around, trying to find out exactly what was going on with these terns, and they're thinking it is, might be related to the red tide. They're just not eating. The terns are migrating here from up north and down here, flying down here, and they're exhausted and hungry when they get down here, and there was a little red tide lingering around, and they might have ingested some fish with red tide. And the way he explained it, it was kind of technical, but basically what it is it takes a while for the symptoms to show up. They don't show up right away. So some of them might be showing some symptoms, that sluggishness, that very lethargic, just kind of standing there staring at you on the beach. These are those little crested terns that we have seen a lot of on the beach. Not so many now, but the good news is it's something that's treatable. If they get them into one of the wildlife hospitals, it's treatable. They basically just feed them, nourish them, and send them on their way. So do let one of the park rangers know if you see any of those little sad-looking terns. You can tell they don't fly away. You can tell if the birds don't fly away when you get close to them, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. They're not feeling well. And they're kind of up here, just kind of hanging around the fisherman, hoping for a handout, hoping the fisherman loses his catch or something. Let's see, I don't see any up here this morning. Yet, anyway. In Southwest Florida, if you find any injured animal, call the Conservancy. Or call Crow up on Sanibel, CROW. The Conservancy Nature Center of Southwest Florida. Good morning. Well, I'm looking down here for shells, but nothing's jumping up at me. Good morning. How you doing today?
Okay.
Nothing's jumping out at me. Hey, good morning. Oh, shame on you. I knew that. I was watching. I don't know. Oh, there could be some little guys still here that people have missed. They see the big collectibles, but they miss the little ones. Sometimes they miss the big ones. Look at that old Murex. Look at that old Murex. It's missing the top, but it's still cool. Little turkey wings down here. Little turkey wing. I got a feeling we'll find another something here. Let's see. Oh yeah. They're kind of spread out here. Spread out all over the place. One of those mornings you got to stop and just stare down at the ground. Just keep staring. And they're going to jump out at you. Come on. Oh, a nice boat heading out the pass behind me. Oh, we've seen this boat several times. Nice fishing boat. Nice fishing boat. Man, nice one. The captain up on the flying bridge there. Wiggins Pass, North Naples, Florida. Checking the shoreline for something interesting. Some cockles. I see some cockle shells mixed in the pile here. Jan wanted to see my cockles. Here you go, Jan. Here's one of them. There's one of them this morning. Just for you, Jan. Oh, Lordy. I'm just kind of scanning these quickly, not spending the time I should. I'm looking more for the obvious right now than the little hidden treasures. We'll take another peek on the way back from the other side with the light hitting from the other side. There's a little moon. I knew I was going to find something else here. I knew I was going to find something else. Another little moon shell. Is that olive? Is that a whole olive shell down here? Yeah, basically. It's not the best looking olive. It does have its little end on it though, but it's kind of worn out. The little olive shell. We might get some nasty weather here later this week. A lot of times after the nasty weather, we'll have some rough water here, big waves, and that winds up dumping some nice shells up on the beach. And there's our one little turn. Still one of those little turns here. See him right down here. A lot of stuff spread out higher on the beach here this morning. A lot of shells up higher on the beach. A lot of little chunks of worm rock. The little pieces of worm rock. There's an old moon I just saw down there. The little pieces of worm rock. That's always fun to look at. Sometimes you can find some really big pieces. The only thing is it loses its color real quick if you take it home. It turns gray. Loses this brownish red color. I'm going to walk up the pass, up into the pass a little further. Then I will start up another live feed. I always do 2 broadcasts in the morning now. I try to do 2 broadcasts. That allows me to share them on Instagram. We're getting a few more people following along on Instagram. My YouTube channel is starting to pick up. Usually the quality of the videos is a little better on YouTube. Nice breeze out here this morning. I hear an osprey flying around. Yeah, an osprey just flew overhead. Heading towards Barefoot Beach Park. Boy, it is warming up fast here. Tell you what. All you folks sitting in front of the fireplace, man, oh man, it's really getting hot here. It's a little warmer than it should be this time of year right now. I know you feel sorry for me. This is the end of the park here. The point at the north end of Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park at Wiggins Pass. No dolphins yet, no dolphins. Oh, there was a sea star here. There was a sea star. You can actually see its crawl tracks there on the beach. See that? And looks like it was a 9-armed sea star. I don't see it out here in the water. No, I don't see it down here in the water. There's a little spot up here where sometimes they congregate. Boy, it's always peaceful up here in the morning. A lot of people come up here just to reflect. Well, I'm going to start another live feed up here in just a few minutes. So stick around. Make sure you're set up to get a notification when I go live. You should get a text message. You should hear a little ping if you got it all set up right. I'll be back with part two of my Monday morning beach walk in paradise here in North Naples at Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park. Hit that share button, please. Please consider becoming a supporter of Southwest Florida Television if you enjoy what I'm doing here, if you appreciate what I'm doing. Good morning, ladies. You too. Yes, it is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. righty. One last look out the mouth of Wiggins Pass. All right, I shall return. If I don't see you later, have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Stay safe, stay healthy. Share our motto, bringing people together, one beach walk at a time. Tally-ho, everyone, tally-ho. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Robb Stan. God bless.